Want to thank CxO Global for inviting me to speak at the Digital Summit. My name is Amer Hashmi, and I'm the chairman of the Special Technology Zone Authority. Uh, and fantastic initiative you guys have done. The founder, Kanwal Masood, and his team. And I think you've got some really good speakers lined up to talk about the ecosystem. What I'll do is I'll tell you why the STZA is extremely important for the ecosystem of Pakistan, especially the digital infrastructure that we require, the digital service that we require, the digital transformation of the ministries that we require. Um, what we're doing at the Special Technology Zone Authority and looking at other countries on the law, the specific legislation required for the tech industry um, to move at a faster track and ease of doing business. And when I explain fast track is we feel as a government now that technology is going to move, of course, with much more speed in the next 5 years, and as it's moved very quickly in the last 20 years. And Pakistan had not made special legislation for the technology environment of the country, from startups to, of course, mid-sized companies, and of course, to large anchor tenants that have already been in Pakistan. But they haven't really been able to invest in innovation or research and development labs in the country. So your technology zone authority is giving um, incentives to all tech companies, whether domestic or whether global. Land parcels are being set up across the country. The provinces include AJK, GB, and Balochistan. And of course, we know the large cities like Karachi and Sindh, Lahore and Punjab, and KPK has Multan and Peshawar, as well as Haripur, and maybe even Savat. So what's going to happen is government land and in some cities, even private land, in the zones, you're developing a total ecosystem for entrepreneurship and innovation, and with tax incentives to forex regulations from the state bank that are very attractive. Um, um, Local companies that have all, of course, done very well, but they need to expand. Universities coming in, the R&D coming in. So when it's all in one location, the exponential rise of the GDP in that technology zone is what the country will be focusing on. So your human capital development gets built there quicker because they have a variety of companies to do work for, not just commercialized companies, but of course, like I said, R&D and also universities. VC funds are also coming into these. And Islamabad is a flagship all of this. That's going to be called, it is called Technopolis. It's about 140 acres. Lahore has one called the Knowledge Park. It's almost, I think, 900 acres. And we are allowing private sector companies to come and make a self-regulated model. Now, what does that mean? The government is not going to try to come and run these. The government is proposing that they be a free market economy in which self-regulations of the zone take place for on merit, of course, and the companies, whether they be AI, blockchain, some are even looking at high-end cybersecurity, data centers, so that zone will concentrate on the local ecosystem of where it's headed. Some will be a mixture because we've got a lot of interest in biotech. The private investment coming into this right now globally, we're hovering at about just Islamabad, around $500 million. Job creation in the Islamabad zone is looking at about between 5,000 to 7,000 employees. Work on the Islamabad Technopolis has already started. And in a parallel strategy, so you guys know that we're not just waiting for these large tech cities to emerge, we are identifying and already have real estate parcel where infrastructure is already built and where the ingredients of the ecosystem, which means, of course, you need the manpower, you need some commercial companies, you need nearby VCs, you need some university students, of course, where those are located and the infrastructure is there that just needs to be renovated. whether government or private, they can also apply to be a zone enterprise or a zone developer, and that area gets zoned a zone. So you'll be working in the next year on parallel strategies to see which ecosystems are moving quicker. And of course, the large land parcels, not money being spent by the government, that's very good. Private sectors coming in and owning the land for a minimum 30 years. With incentives like this, everyone makes a very good ROI because there's a 10-year income tax holiday as well. So I think there's a lot of excitement about the Special Technology Zone Authority. We'll see more practical implementation, I would guess, rather in about a month's time. Latter part of December, I think we will be able to show you the companies and the announcements of the various zone enterprise licenses that have been awarded in Islamabad and the zone developer licenses that have been awarded in Islamabad. And the Prime Minister will have announced three major cities, three major provinces, Lahore, Karachi, and I call province of KPK, three major cities in KPK that I mentioned earlier, Peshawar, Haripur, and of course, Mardan. So having said this, the youth of Pakistan, the professionals, the diaspora, scientists, R&D, think tanks, venture capitalists are really, really excited, and we're bullish as the authority that finally we have what we call an enabling environment for the technology prosperity. Linking to this summit, all the audience, whether you're on the research side, you have your own companies, you may even have startups, some will probably be from very large companies, you're all invited. There's no restrictions to be in the zone. The zones are being developed, and the law has been by the government for your audience. So take advantage of it. The website has the basic information about the incentives. The Parliament Act is on the website. The criteria for rules of how to get in are on the website. The process is on the website. Of course, if you need more information, we have a staff that could walk you through and handhold you coming to these zones. Just contact the number on the website. Myself, if I put on my entrepreneur hat right now in the government, when I was, of course, in my early 30s, when I moved back to Pakistan, if my company could have been in the zone, I would have had a data center services, manpower to hire, of course, fiber coming because data center would have been there. I had to put my own fiber. And of course, the wonderful tax incentives. At my time, I even had to pay tax on 1% tax on even revenue, whether we're making profit or loss. So for entrepreneurs, this is a dream come true. For large anchor tenants that are global, they're also very interested because of the tax breaks and, of course, Pakistan's manpower. So with this, I think I wish you a very successful summit. I think it's the next 3 days. All feedback is welcomed. You can contact the CxO founder, Kanwal. He has direct access to our office for any information. You can send emails to my office or info, and we'd be happy to support you and help build. I say of course, STZA is about the technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship ecosystem of Pakistan. With that, thank you very much.